Lahore, the second largest city in Pakistan, is not only a place but a cultural icon with a rich and multifaceted history that stretches back over 1,000 years. Located along the banks of the Ravi River in the northern part of the country, Lahore's strategic position has made it a crossroads of civilizations, a city of confluence where various cultures, religions, and people have intersected, leaving their indelible mark on its history. Over the centuries, Lahore has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, witnessed the ebb and flow of civilizations, and seen its role as a political, cultural, and intellectual hub evolve time and time again. Today, Lahore is considered the heart of Pakistan, not only for its historical significance but also for its continued vibrancy and centrality in the country's national life. The origins of Lahore are shrouded in both myth and history. According to Hindu mythology, Lahore was founded by Lava, the son of the ancient Indian deity Lord Rama, from whom the city derives its name. This mythological background endows Lahore with a sense of divinity and spiritual significance that has permeated its identity throughout the ages. Archaeological findings, however, suggest that the region around Lahore has been inhabited for thousands of years. Evidence of settlements from the Indus Valley Civilization, which flourished between 2000 BCE and 1500 BCE, has been uncovered in the area surrounding Lahore, indicating that the region was a bustling center of trade and cultural exchange long before it gained its more prominent historical role. In the centuries that followed, Lahore emerged as a thriving city during various regional kingdoms, including the Mauryan Empire, the Kushan Empire, and the Gupta Empire. While these empires did not leave lasting footprints in the city, their presence in the region helped establish Lahore as a cultural and economic center in the broader subcontinent. By the time the Islamic forces arrived in South Asia in the 11th century, Lahore had already begun to grow in significance, though it had yet to see the level of prosperity that would come in the following centuries. The first major shift in Lahore's history occurred in the early 11th century when the city was captured by the Ghaznavid dynasty. Under Mahmud of Ghazni, Lahore became one of the key centers of administration, military power, and culture. The Ghaznavids, who ruled much of present-day Afghanistan, Iran, and parts of India, made Lahore a vital strategic outpost for their campaigns into the Indian subcontinent. During their reign, Lahore began to develop into a bustling cultural center, with scholars, poets, and artisans drawn to the city. This period laid the foundations for Lahore's role as a crossroads of diverse cultures and ideas, a place where Islamic, Persian, and South Asian traditions began to intertwine, setting the stage for the flourishing of the Mughal era. The Mughal Empire, one of the most influential dynasties in South Asian history, brought about a golden age for Lahore. In the early 16th century, Emperor Babur, the founder of the Mughal Empire, passed through Lahore during his conquest of India, but it was under his grandson, Emperor Akbar, that the city truly rose to prominence. Akbar, a visionary and reformist ruler, made Lahore the capital of his empire in 1584, and it was during his reign that Lahore blossomed into one of the most magnificent cities of its time. Akbar's patronage of the arts, literature, and architecture transformed Lahore into a city of great cultural and intellectual vitality. The city's most iconic structures, including the Lahore Fort and the Badshahi Mosque, were built during this period, embodying the grandeur of the Mughal architectural style. The Lahore Fort, with its majestic walls and intricate designs, is a symbol of Mughal imperial power, while the Badshahi Mosque, with its massive size and elegant symmetry, remains one of the largest mosques in the world and a testament to Mughal religious and architectural brilliance. The Mughals also introduced advanced agricultural practices, urban planning, and a refined administrative structure that left a lasting impact on the city. Lahore became a hub for poets, musicians, and philosophers, fostering an environment of intellectual and artistic achievement that resonated throughout the empire. Under the Mughals, the city's economy flourished, with its markets and bazaars becoming famous for the trade of textiles, spices, and other goods, while the city's role as a center of learning attracted scholars from across the Islamic world. Lahore's significance continued under the later Mughal emperors, but as the empire began to decline in the late 17th and early 18th centuries, Lahore too saw a period of instability. The city was attacked by external forces, most notably Nadir Shah of Persia, who sacked Lahore in 1739, looting the city and causing widespread destruction. The weakening of Mughal control over the city led to internal strife and the eventual fragmentation of the Mughal Empire, creating a power vacuum that would be filled by new forces in the region. In the early 19th century, the Sikh Empire under Maharaja Ranjit Singh took control of Lahore, marking another significant chapter in the city's history. Under Ranjit Singh's leadership, Lahore again experienced a period of growth and stability. The city became the heart of the Sikh Empire, and Ranjit Singh made it his capital. The period of Sikh rule saw the introduction of significant architectural developments, with the construction of landmarks like the iconic Golden Temple, the restoration of the Lahore Fort, and the establishment of several important infrastructure projects. The Sikh Empire was known for its military prowess and cultural tolerance, and during this period, Lahore was a melting pot of various cultures and religious communities, including Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs, all of whom played an integral role in the city's development. The British colonial period, which began in the mid-19th century, brought a new set of challenges and changes to Lahore. The British transformed the city's infrastructure with the introduction of railways, new roads, and colonial-style architecture. Lahore also became a center of education during British rule, with institutions like the Government College and the University of Punjab being established. However, British colonial rule was also marked by political unrest, as the local population struggled against imperial control. Lahore was at the forefront of the Indian independence movement, and in 1940, it became the site of the historic Lahore Resolution, which called for the creation of a separate Muslim state, leading to the eventual formation of Pakistan in 1947. The partition of India in 1947 was a traumatic event for Lahore, as the city was divided along religious lines, with a significant portion of its population being forced to migrate across the newly formed border between India and Pakistan. The partition brought violence, displacement, and loss, but Lahore, like many cities, eventually rebuilt itself. Post-independence, Lahore became the cultural and educational capital of Pakistan, continuing its legacy as a vibrant center of arts, literature, and politics. Today, Lahore is a thriving metropolis that beautifully balances its rich historical past with the demands of modern life. Its streets are lined with both ancient Mughal architecture and modern buildings, and its markets are filled with the sounds of tradition and innovation. Lahore's cultural life is unparalleled, with its music, food, and festivals drawing people from all over the world. The Lahore Museum, the Shalimar Gardens, the Badshahi Mosque, and the Lahore Fort remain iconic symbols of the city's glorious past, while institutions like the Lahore Literary Festival and vibrant artistic communities keep the city at the forefront of cultural production in South Asia. Lahore is a city that embodies the complexities of history, a place where the echoes of ancient civilizations, the grandeur of imperial legacies, and the resilience of a modern nation all come together in a rich, multifaceted narrative. Its story is one of cultural fusion, political upheaval, and artistic flourishing. It is a city that has been shaped by its past but continues to evolve, always retaining its sense of pride and identity. The legacy of Lahore is not just in its monuments and historical landmarks but in the spirit of its people, who continue to preserve, adapt, and celebrate the city's incredible heritage. If you want to learn more about history's pivotal moments, subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content on the events that shaped the world we live in today.